Fine. Now, today we would like to focus on our topic. Let me just get that topic here. 5, 6, correct? A case study for developing a web application using agile methodology. Now, this particular web application you may develop using Java or .NET or Node.js or Python. I think this particular agile approach will remain consistent same way. Only thing you just decide what is your runtime. That would just check. That will just change, but everything just remain as it is. Now there are a lot of points has been available here. Something called Introduction to Agile Development Model, then uh, Agile Development Component, Benefits of Agile, Introduction to the different tools used for Agile web application development. Then there is a concept called as a Scrum. Okay, normally it is used more. And again something one more way, extreme programming. Correct. But normally in IT we normally go for Scrum development. Okay, so we'll try to see all these things. But what I decided, rather than discussing theoretical way, can we try play and then I introduce the concept inside? So I have decided now today, since I wanted to explain this whole agile methodology and everything, no, I would try to use, can this agile methodology will be defined properly using a team. So we will choose the team members from our side itself. I hope everybody will be able to share the screen if required. If I could ask someone to share the screen, and I hope you have your Gmail address and you may not have created your Jira account, which is a free tier account. For 1 month, it is a free tier. After that, that is automatically get deactivated. So there will not be any kind of payment would be added to your credit card. And one more good thing, you don't require credit card information to be given to use this particular tool. So this agile tool, if I want to explain very well, an agile methodology concept I like to implement very well, I'll just go back and try to type it here, something called Atlassian Jira. Okay. And once I click Atlassian Jira, I'll come across this particular site. And they have written here something called like Jira by Atlassian. And this is the number one tool of the world, which is used for project management point of view. Yesterday, we were talking about that someone who was doing someone who was actually working as an automation test engineer, and he was doing some Selenium automation testing for automated web testing. So during that time, whatever tasks were assigned to those all testers, these all kind of tasks would have been set using some particular template, and that template was a part of Atlassian. So it's a ready-made website. It's an Australian company, and that Australian company has this particular application as a software as a service concept. Even if I just go back and try to click on this particular thing, something called as a start your free trial, I don't have it here. I would guide someone. So we would like to do one thing. We like to do here something. We would like to go for our implementation. Okay, no? So we like to go for implementation. So we like to sign up here. I cannot sign up because my account was already given. And what is the important thing you observe here? The free trial account you can create, and almost 10 users you can use it in a team, and these 10 users sitting at different places can be able to collaborate with each other. So like we are using Zoom tool for what purpose? For communication purpose. So it is not possible to have a physical connectivity classroom because of different kind of reasons. So most of you have chosen your online mode. So whether it's an online mode or whether it's an offline mode, we wanted the delivery, the knowledge gathering, the knowledge sharing will happen. The hands-on would be done. Trainer would be able to share the screen. Even participants, if they face some kind of problem, they would be able to share the screen. So we are using this particular Zoom tool as a kind of video conferencing tool or something like a online connectivity tool. So like that way, the Jira tool is also like that way. Okay, no? So we have decided, number one, if you want to start Jira, if you want to start this agile methodology, you remember What was that official website I told you? If you want to know about agile methodology.
Agile Manifesto.
Ah, very good. Agile Manifesto. Agile Manifesto. Okay. Nowadays in this particular election also, we might also observe the opposition team has already taken the agenda. What was the agenda for their meeting? Agenda for their election? Constitution of India, correct? No. भारत का संविधान, भारत का संविधान बदला नहीं जाएगा. So what is संविधान? Constitution of India, it has been formed somewhere in 1950s, and according to that constitution, correct? No, actually every government is coming, every party become ruling party, and they really become a government. And according to the constitutions, whatever penal, what is that particular Indian Penal Code, correct? No, that columns. Accordingly, every government, every government actually, along with the collectors, along with their secretaries, they need to follow 5 years period. And after 5 years, I think again they will go for election, and again thing will happen. So what happened in this thing? Throughout this thing, does our constitution got changed? Tell me. No, our constitution didn't get changed. Might be there are some small changes might be required, but not there are major changes. Correct? No. So like that way we say any country has their own kind of constitution, and that is the actual black book. That is the actual their holy book, and according to the holy book, the work has been carried out. So even if you talk about agile methodology, whether you work on Java applications and .NET applications, you also have this particular manifesto. And according to that manifesto, I think the whole thing would be carried out. I think there are a lot of things are given, like a lot of theoretical points and all this thing. Yeah, I will show everything properly now. What is the most important thing given here out of these 4 lines? What is the first line given? Tell me. We would like to develop a software. We are uncovering better ways of developing a software. That means what is our ultimate goal? Developing a software and delivering a software. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Good. And we would do it. And we would do it by helping others, because we'll have team members. Right? And this, if I want to do it, we will follow certain 4 values. And what are those 4 values? We will give importance to the individuals and interactions. So in this thing, what is your process? It is not important. Whatever tools you are using, that is not important. Whether you have motivated team members, skilled team members, and they know how to communicate with each other, that we want to find it here. Okay, I'll start from that point itself. So we will do one thing here itself. Now, since I cannot do it here, who will be able to share a screen? I will guide. I wanted to form a team out of 4 participants here. Can someone share a screen? And you need to keep your mobile phone or your Gmail over there, because you may get some activation code to get membership on the Atlassian Jira. I will guide you how to make that particular free tier access for Atlassian Jira. It is totally free. No money will be deducted from your account. Please listen carefully.
Yes, sir.
So
Okay.
can I ask Abdul,
Yes, sir.
or please share your screen? I will guide you.
So you will need to unshare your screen.
I'll stop. I'll stop. Acha, in this particular thing, there is no concept such ki,
No,
uh,
sir.
okay, in Teams, actually, anyone who share the screen, after the previous screen just goes away. Now, can you share,
Yes, sir.
Abdul? Yeah. I have your first name, we always use Abdul, or something like another name we use.
No, sir. I am using Abdul as a first name.
Okay, great. Fantastic. So right now, we just find here at this moment, now he has already logged into the Gmail. So he is already there inside. And now he is going for selecting options, something here called as a start your free tier. Can you just click on the free tier? Start your free tier. So we wanted now here, uh, Abdul will be a team lead. Okay. But now next thing, what will be his role? Correct? No.
Yes, sir.
Now I will give designation for Abdul as a Scrum Master. What is the word use?
Scrum
I
Master.
gave him a word as a Scrum Master. He is responsible for uh, monitoring and ensuring everything is going perfectly according to the agile methodologies, where individuals and interactions will work very well. So he is now going to be playing a role as a Scrum Master. So now he's just going to type his Gmail address, and he like to subscribe to the Jira software. Can you type your email address? I hope this recording is going on because you may require it.
Yes, sir.
Sign up. Okay, please just go back and check. You may have received some kind of activation code from Atlassian.
Yes, sir.
Totally secure. Next. Now you can just put your full name. You may define some password for login to this particular Jira. You'll always log in using your email address and the current password which you're mentioning. That should be strong name password. Good, very good. It's okay.
Continue, sir.
Yeah, please say continue. So our Scrum Master is subscribing for Atlassian Jira, which is a cloud-based software for project management point of view. What happened? Now Scrum Master is supposed to create a virtualized environment where their all team members will come together and collaborate under one particular portal. And that portal is going to be used only by their 10 team members. So it asks you a question, what is the name you would like to give for that site? So you can always give some particular name here as something called, can write here, CDAC, Juhu, Khargar,
Sir,
March
JHL.
24. Yeah, chalega,
JH.
no problem. Yeah, it's okay. Good, very good.
Yes,
So
sir.
does that name is available? I think that name is still not available. You will
Sir,
always get that error. Make it all
uppercase is not
small.
allowed.
Uppercase
Okay.
not all small letters. You just make it. You find this is a unique URL will be generated as a domain URL for one project management site created for your team. And that is something called CDAC. What is that? CDAC,
JHKH.
JH and KH. Correct, no?
JH
Can you
stand for
click on?
Juhu and Khargar.
Yes, very good, fantastic. Can you click on the button here, continue? So under Atlassian Jira, there are so many kind of softwares available about software development, about support, about design. This Atlassian tool has been used by non-manufacturing companies as well as uh, manufacturing companies, as well as IT company, non-IT companies, even service-based industries for call centers, BPOs. This tool has been used like a de facto standard. If you just keep scrolling further, you may try to find there's an option available called development. Have you observed? We will just take small time just to see what is that. Our Scrum Master is trying to create one particular knowledge management portal, okay, collaborative portal. He is a Scrum Master and he has defined that URL. That URL has been created, and we wanted that a portal will be applied by using certain particular agile methodology template. If you have option something called software development, you know there's a word written called plan, build, ship, agile project. Yes. Can you click
Yes.
on that software development? Below there is a button I will call continue. So what do you observe? How do you like to go about? You want to go for project management? You want to go for Scrum? Or you want to go for business collaboration? So let us say it's a corporate office and the corporate office wanted to have a online meeting and they wanted to assign tasks to each other. So during that time, the corporate office, your board of directors, your executive team will always use business collaboration template. And if you are having some particular construction work, civil engineering work, or some particular bridge construction going on, and during that time it's a almost more than something called 2000 people are working on that area, and we have almost decision makers were there in a different hierarchy, something more than, let us say, 600-700. So during that time I think this project management can be used, but actually we like to go for here something called Scrum. Can you say Scrum? Now you'll ask me question, what is Scrum? Scrum, it is the agile framework. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Scrum, it is the agile framework. Extreme programming is also one particular agile framework. Like Scrum is also another framework. And now our person, Abdul, he is actually acting like a Scrum master. He is selecting this template. So using this Scrum, we would be able to plan, we would be able to prioritize, and we will be able to schedule something called sprint using Scrum framework. It is exactly similar we talk about in my web application development, I want to go for building web application. So you can choose MVC, but you have Strut MVC use, Jakarta Strut, or you can choose Spring MVC. Okay, no, there are different types of versions available. So we like to select something called Scrum. Can you click on the Scrum?
Yes, sir. And continue.
Very good. Please click on the button for continue.
Sir,
Yes.
I had a third option as a Kanban, not the business.
Yeah. Even that also we could do it here. But I think at this moment, what we do, as per our content we are going, no, we have to talk about the sprint and everything, no. So that's why I'm doing.
Hmm.
Most of the time, I always observe the Kanban has been used for mostly process-centric companies, correct, no?
Yes. Okay.
And whenever it's IT related companies, in IT related companies, your projects are very volatile. Nowadays, if you are developing certain software for some customer, no, the customer will give requirement and tomorrow will again come back with a new requirement. And you start working on that area, and after 7 days, they will again come with the requirement. So managing such kind of customer change management itself is going to be very difficult. So during that time, this particular thing has been used very well. Scrum. Okay. Can I use continue option here?
Yes, sir.
So we'll use. Okay.
It is asking for email
I would
address, I think.
I would suggest, yeah, I would suggest you will type the email address. Okay. Login. Can you just scroll below? Let me see what is the message being shown. You don't have permission to access the content. Login to a different account. Look like your account has been deactivated. I hope you used this account previously.
No, sir.
Can you again try login with a different account? Can you again log in by using this?
Different Gmail.
Yeah, that same Gmail address. Try again same Gmail address. You remember your password, no?
Yes, sir.
Just go below.
But I think Jira's account. That's Jirek,
It is going for
GHGH.
you have your another kind of login in your temporary part.
In which part, sir?
Means there are some kind of other credentials also there. Can you just close your browser and again launch the browser and again type Atlassian Jira software login. Atlassian Jira software. Directly select Atlassian Jira software login. Just type it here because we already have our account created. No, so is there option called sign in? Can you just type sign in option in Google? Just type Atlassian Jira plus sign in.
Sir, sign in.
Yes, login. You can just type login or sign both. Yeah, login to Atlassian account. Very good. Now please provide. There are two Gmail addresses there. You don't have permission to access this content. It looks like your account has been deactivated. We have sent an email with details of who to contact to get more information about it. Login as a different account. Okay. Can you again go back and again say back, and that time use Google option. Don't type password. Yeah. The same. Yeah. Right. Continue. Hmm. Anyone who has got successfully created this account,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
can
sir.
you share?
Yes.
Abdul, for time being, can you just keep your screen aside? We will try to get the person who already has that particular Atlassian account Scrum being created here. Very good. Fantastic. So can you just close this particular window, get started or something? Close this window. Click this get started button. No, same thing, same thing. You just keep it here. After properly logged in, means Abdul was trying to properly log in inside this area, he would have been asked to this particular page. Might be there are some situations, might it will take some time to get approval your account, correct? No, or might be since you have multiple accounts over there itself, so might be by deleting the history or something, the problem would be solved. But definitely the problem could be solved. What is asking you? This is a Jira site. Can you see on the top what is that site has been shown to you? Sidak, Khargar, Atlassian.net. Is that the same site? Is it the same unique site is created for now here? Right. Where this site is getting created? This site is getting created in a cloud of Atlassian, somewhere in Australia. Okay. I wanted my complete team. Now he is now Scrum Master and he wanted to define some project. So can we just give the name for that project, something called online shopping application? Online shopping project. Okay. Get started. Done. Fantastic. So what we observe in that screen? In that screen we find now at this moment, correct? We have for Arif a complete Jira level one portal is created. Now we want to form team. How many members are there for this team? Have you observed? I think only one person is there now at this moment. Can you see only AS is written here? Arif shape, red color. No, at this level under backlog. Can you see at the backlog level? There's only one. How many members are there for this particular portal? Right now only one person. Who is that? I think this is something called Arif. Who? What is his role? Now his role is actually he's going to manage everything. So he's a Scrum Master. He's going to lead a complete project of online shopping application. So if that is what he want to do, he'd like to invite other team members to join to this particular portal. Now, can 3 or 4 members share their Gmail address in a chat window so that inside this add button, Arif will take their Gmail address and add it here. You know, there's a button called add user, exactly very close to that AS. Yes. Add people. So if you have some Gmail address of one of the person, can you just copy that particular person email address? I think might be 4 or 5 participants would have given under the chat their own Gmail address, valid Gmail address. Good. So using Abdul check. Okay. Now what is the role you are trying to mention? Have you observed? Currently there is either administrator or member or viewer. Correct? No? Since just select member at this moment. But whenever we really go back and use a paid version of this Atlassian, we will really have here number of roles like tester, developer, DBA, project lead, team lead. Correct? No? So currently we will assign the role for Abdul as a member. Add one person. Can you add another person also along with that? You can again click the button add new. Okay. So are we trying to first get individuals? Are we trying to create a team first? Yes. Add one more. I hope Abdul, you might have received some email, invitation
Yes,
email.
sir.
Can you accept that email?
Yes, sir. Accept the invite.
Very good. Can you add another? I hope other participants are not ready to share their email address. So, conservative. Hey, please share your mail address there. We will not send any particular personal information. We want to learn here. Yeah. Can you also add one person? Please get here inside Nishant Bansal 218. Sorry, I want Gmail address. Hemant7762 at Gmail address. Can you add it? How many users you can add under this team? Can you tell me? I think free up to 10, no?
Yes.
Right. Just add it.
Hello, sir. Should I add one more?
Yeah, please add one more. I think these 2-3 are sufficient just to carry out our demo. And add 4 people. That's I think
That's
this
the
is
limit.
sufficient. Yeah. Add. Don't try anything unless and this is something. So these all people are going to be my team members. They all are individuals and they're going to work together. So we are not going importance to the process कि हमें waterfall model follow करना है, हमें SRS लिखना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा Agile के अंदर. Correct, no? Done. Okay. Come across. Now inside this complete picture, okay, Arif is playing a role as a Scrum Master. Correct, no? And at the same time, I wanted it is Abdul who would now share his screen. Just keep your screen as it is. I want Abdul will be able to see the screen now.
Sir?
Are you able to access?
Yeah, I'm just trying with different mail ID.
Okay, but I think by that time, then can I ask someone? Anyone? Hemant or might be Sahil whose name has been added. They might have received the invitation and they have clicked on that area.
Yes, sir.
Nishant Bansal has got it. Correct, no? So under Nishant, can you just observe? You logged into the same kind of website, no? Have you observed? See on the top URL. Is the URL remain same? Yeah, URL is same. Can you see which project is right now going on? I think it is the first. What is the key? Scrum. Who is the lead? Arif. And we want to consider now here Nishant will play a role as a product owner. What is the word used here at this moment? A product owner. In waterfall model, no, we always have a concept called project manager. Then project manager and delivery manager. In agile methodology, whenever you want to organize a project, no, we have totally different kind of designations. So one is responsible for auditing, monitoring, he is your scrum master. And someone who is now going to design your application flow, so he is going to play a role as a product owner. So can you just click on the first? Can you click on the first? Are we getting the same page? Yes. Are we getting the same page? Yes. Right. Can you see the option given called as the backlog? Yes, we have backlog. And when I just click on the backlog, can you see the backlog shows me something called Scrum Sprint 1? Yes. Good. backlog. Now I just take it here for time being, one discussion. Now just keep your screen as it is. I'm coming back to my machine. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now I'm coming back and I'm trying to show my screen. In agile methodology, okay, we may not be able to capture the complete requirements of the system in one meeting. Is my screen visible? Do let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you see one particular page has been created here? I think I have my own repository which I like to make it public. Under that public repository, I have some kind of like a content I have properly organized. In that content, I have got something here called as the agile methodology, comparison between agile versus water model. Now we are talking about the Scrum framework. I'm coming across the Scrum framework and we do have some images available. Can I get some particular picture here? So can I just save this picture somewhere on my machine so that I could show in one last day 2 Scrum framework. Scrum framework. It is here. People to whom I'm talking about, could you get this something called product owner here? Yes, product owner. So product owner is responsible for managing product backlog. Can you get here Scrum Master? Scrum
Yes.
Master is going to play a role as an orchestration. Correct? And there are number of team members will be working together. Can you get developers here? So that means whatever other people we have added, these people are going to be developers or testers or QA specialists and all those things. And we will also add in the same thing itself. So in waterfall model, correct, no, we always define SRS document. And then we really convert that SRS document in the form of perfectly ER diagram and then further into tables and all those things. But if you did not capture requirement perfectly, whether your ER diagrams will be matured, and can you give any guarantee the customer who is having a meeting with you, he will give complete requirement in the first meeting? So there are a lot of overheads are there with the agile methodology, of the waterfall model while creating online application. In this particular word, online applications are getting continuously evolved. So you always find after 5 days or 10 days or might be after 15 days, there are new features has been continuously added into the same website. So there is no new software has been launched. Existing software is getting upgraded after 15 days, 15 days, 15 days. So we always call after every 15 days. That means, can I show you something? That could be 15 days or that could be 1 month. So for a 15 days, some sprint will be defined. All team members, developers, testers will work together for 1 month or 15 days. They will start doing their analysis of whatever requirements they have just now received. They will do design for that thing itself. They will do coding for it. Are you getting? They will do testing for it. And they will say, now I think we can go back and we can make this particular product available for customer to show. So if I want to create e-commerce application, I don't have complete requirement of the e-commerce application, but can I just got the requirement? Who's going to get the requirement in that whole process? Can you see some person here? Product owner. So in case of your waterfall model, we call as a domain experts, system analyst. Remember? Yes, no? In this thing, we'll always find product owner is a kind of person who is always going to talk with the customer. And product owner will be continuously interacting with the customer, and he's just collecting the information from the customers and adding this all kind of information under one particular container. That container called as a product catalog. His job is only one thing. What is the job of this product owner? Go on keeping good relation with the customer, collect. So for example, Myntra.com, it is a company, they have directors, they have CEOs. We are going to have this person who will interact and they say, Ravi, actually we don't have complete idea about e-commerce application, but currently we have a critical issue about product management. We wanted to have a product catalog which is very, very optimized and which should be very fast so that our product can be shown in a less time duration. So would you please work on that area? Now they did not give any particular requirement for my shopping cart or order processing. I only know this information. So with that information, no, what will happen? Product catalog. And that product catalog will be accessed only by this particular shopper, and shopper should be properly authenticated. And that particular role will be assigned. This is only requirement is given. So in agile methodology, you will never have a complete requirement in your hand. Whatever requirements are there, these all kind of requirements will be just kept on adding inside this area and a product backlog. So what is the product backlog? Product backlog is an order list of what is needed to improve in the product, and that includes your product code. So for example, I wanted to implement authentication, I wanted to implement change password, I wanted to show list of the product. I think these are the kind of requirements I need to convert it here. So these all kind of requirements, we actually call them as user story. So if I could just show you inside this area, there's one particular diagram, I also kept it here. User stories. We have a diagram. Yes. So backlog will contain set of user stories, and every user story will be some particular English sentence which explains a unique requirement. So that unique requirement could be very simple requirement like this one sentence. As a customer, I need to authenticate myself so that I can see my account details and past orders. Or might be, as a customer, I need to be informed of the benefits of loyalty program so that I can benefit from the program. As a customer relationship management point of view we are having. As a credit card, what do you find? You are really going and talking with the customer, and you are just capturing these small atomic requirements. These all kind of atomic requirements. Can I just do one thing? I copy, keep it in a chat window. Where is the chat window? Here is the chat window. So Arif can see this particular chat window. I'll just add it here again. So in agile methodology, we don't have concept called use case. In agile methodology, we have concept complete requirement gathering is not completely mature, but you always capture the information in the form of this simple English sentences. I'm just adding here. I'm just adding here. I'm just adding here. Are you getting? Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think from e-commerce application point of view, I have this one also here. So those of you who want to understand what are the kind of classical style of writing user stories, I am just trying to give this information here for you. Like, so in the first initial level, when the meeting was happened, okay, so that time this kind of tasks were given by Ravi Tamre. So Ravi Tamre belongs to Mintra. Ravi Tamre talked to the product owner. Now product owner will copy these all kind of lines and try to go back and paste that thing under the backlog. Now can you open a backlog? Can you share your screen?
Who's
Can I
this?
stop sharing my screen?
Me or
Anyone.
Mr.
Now at this point, since we all are users, so in free trial, anyone can do it here. So Arif, can you try?
Yes, sir, just a minute.
So have you observed? It shows me inside the information now number of peoples have been added. Can you find? I think all members are there, their roles are there, their names have been kept inside this area. Now if you just go back and try to see the backlog, okay, so can you just go back and find the backlog? Click on the product. Click on the project. Yeah, yes. Click on the backlog. So backlog is a collection of your, what is that? User stories. Each and every line you just copy and paste inside. And during that time, can you see the drop down list box available? Under drop down list box, could you get there's an option called bug or story? Yes, no? So do
Yes.
you want to define this as a task? Do you want to define this as a bug? Or do you want to define this particular activity as a implementation? So I will not have complete knowledge of the whole e-commerce application, but whatever information I just gathered in this particular 15 days time, I just go back and do one thing inside, just click that particular story. Select, I think there was a story option available, no? Under
Create
backlog.
issue.
Yeah, yes. There was a story option was available. Just go back under this print one. Go back to the backlog, 0 issues. See below there is a backlog, 0 issues given at the right hand backlog 0, yes. And inside Can you click inside this? Could you
Yeah.
get story?
Sir, actually selected the story
Yeah,
only.
I think by default the story only.
Yes.
By default is the story. Inside that, if you just click, just copy and put each and every line as a separate stories. Whatever stories I have just given, fragmented requirement of e-commerce application, you're just pasting, enter, again copy another thing. Paste. Put more. I have shared more from e-commerce application point of view. From users point of view, I want that person should be able to list the product. So sometimes you may capture a lot of user stories. Your job is just go on collecting the information and you define those as a user stories here. I don't have complete requirement being shared with me. So good. Can you drag and drop all those user stories to the backlog? Below there's a backlog available below. At the bottom. Yeah. One by one, just drag and drop into the backlog. Put inside. Yes. Put all those. So if you really want to start your work, your product manager, your product owner, not product manager, your product owner will always try to keep collecting the information about the requirements. These requirements he will convert in the form of such kind of English sentences from your e-commerce application perspective, whatever customer is sharing. All.
I think max to max 3. Okay, now. Even others. Done. Now what happened? According to our understanding, I think we have a backlog. Under that backlog, there are certain stories has been kept here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and others also. Take it all. ये 30 days का ट्रायल बटन क्लिक कर सकते हैं, बंद कर सकते हो आप.
Drag from the add signed in user. Not on the screen phone. No. Story, the writing content. Drag from there.
Over there, you try. Yes. Good. So what we observe? Our product owner went to the client side, discuss on that thing, and he identified these are requirements they wanted to complete. And we just captured here itself. Correct, no? If that has been captured itself, this particular thing will just keep going increasing. So this list will keep going increasing to something called 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. But initially we don't know. So we don't expect our customer will give complete requirement. As we require, we just put it here. Now, if this particular backlog has been created, we have to start working on that area itself. Correct, no? So in this particular agile methodology, we have a concept called sprint. Correct, no? So if there is a big project available, in the big project I want to implement, I know this big project is going to be continued for next 7 months. So within 7 months, I think I would be able to deliver my product incremental. Correct? Now, please, can you just for 2 minutes stop sharing your screen? I'm coming back here. Can I go back and find Agile Manifesto page? We would give importance to the individuals. We'll focus on their interactions using some Jira tool, using Scrum framework. Process will not be so important. Tools will not be so important. We always focus on, you will always deliver after 15 days some working software. Now that working software will not be completely
full e-commerce application. But you wanted to implement authentication and authorization and product catalog features. So this working software I will just create within 15 days and I will be able to show this thing to the customer and I will expect what is the customer is having its view, whether they are liked or whether they want to give suggestions. And if there are any kind of suggestions, I will again rework on that area. So that means now you want to organize information. Can you see one more word here? Customer collaboration. In waterfall model, during the time of analysis, okay, you involve customer in that discussion and you directly introduce that customer at the time of demo after 7 months. And after 7 months, it may happen that the product, that particular business of that customer might have been changed, or the requirement which was given by a customer, your people did not understand, but you people work on that area. And after 6 months, 7 months, I think we got the product, and customers say, I think this is not what exactly we expected. I think that every kind of development is just going in wastage. So rather than every 15 days, we will work. So that every 15 days or might be 1 month. That is the kind of time print, that particular time period in Scrum we always call as a sprint. If you do your exercise, if you go for workout in gym, you know, हम हमेशा बोलते हैं आज आपने कितने स्प्रिंट मारे, correct no? So you're going for dips and you are really having one particular sprint of something for 20 and 20 dips you are doing, that is my one sprint. Then again next sprint 20 ka ऐसे करके I think I have really done within that one day something called 100 or might be something called 200 dips. That means ultimately how many sprints I did? 200 dips. In one go, I will complete my 10 dips. That means I will like to go for 20 sprints, no? So for 10 dips, I will work continuously. Then I'll just get myself relaxed. My muscles will be relaxed. I'll just try to find myself comfortable. And again, I'll go for next 10. And again, I'll take a rest. I think that is the way you keep that elasticity of your muscle. So same thing like that in software development also. You will have a lot of product backlog content available. Now you decide what is going to be the high priority work right now we have to do it here. Now it is the product owner will be able to come back to the product backlog. Can you share your screen? Or if now, stopping. Okay, very good. Now, can you find it is having something called like a sprint one already been defined? And at the same time, can you say at the backlog level, there's a button called create sprint? If you click on the button of create sprint, what is happening? So I think in that case, you really find the sprint one and sprint two like things are getting added on the top. See on the top, there was only sprint one. Now you just scroll up. हाँ देखो यहाँ पे पहला क्या था सिर्फ sprint one था ना. Sprint one के अंदर zero issues है कि नहीं? Sprint two के अंदर भी zero issues है कि नहीं? हाँ. Now it is the product owner with the customer priority. क्या बोला? According to the customer priority, he will drag and drop those particular activities, those particular user stories we wanted to complete within this particular 15 days. And that will be a first sprint. And you like to plan certain activities for the next 15 days. So can I just do inside this area? I will drag and drop as a store owner. I want to able to manage product inventory update. So drag and drop into the sprint one from backlog. Go to the backlog, select that entry. No, here, yes. Yeah, select this, drag and put in a sprint one, release. So what is showing you? Now it is showing you in a sprint one, there's one issue has been added. So if the product owner is going to decide for a team, what are the highest priority user stories we have to work on it. Can you add 3 more? And as per the gut feeling of the developers team, this particular work is going to be carried out. So this is what exactly we call as a sprint planning. क्या बोला मैंने? Sprint planning. So it is a product owner, it is Scrum Master. They will come together. They will see what are the user stories has been up to now given by the customers, and they will talk to the customer. Say, sir, out of that, which are the things you would like to make it as a high priority work? we will try to make it working software and we'll just work on that area. That is what he has added inside this area. Whether all user stories he kept inside, tell me. No, not all user stories. There are still some user stories, but don't you think from backlog those user stories are getting reduced now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that means this backlog will keep go on adding number of user stories from the customer, and from this backlog they will be shifted to the different sprint. And once the sprint has been set up, listen, can you just button you want to schedule this sprint, correct? No? Can you click on the button, 3 buttons? What is the option available here? You have option something called edit sprint. Edit sprint का option है क्या? So you define what is the name of the sprint. So I like to give the sprint name here something called like I'll write here authentication scrum authentication scrum underscore authentication sprint. Okay, there's an option given called duration. So this sprint will be of how many days, how many months? Can you click on the custom part? What do you get inside? Is it going to be 1 week sprint schedule? Is it going to be 2 weeks? So mostly in companies I observe, they normally have 1 month time for people to work together. और वो बोलते कि 1 month का हमारा release है. So can I just use here for example now 1 week? Would you please select? So what will be a start date? So can you just click today's date? And once I select that today's date, can you find by default it has already mentioned the end date also. And what will be a sprint goal? Can you just go below? And under the sprint goal, can you just write some kind of information so that this information will be seen by all team members? Right. This is the okay. This authentication sprint, okay, needed to be completed in 15 days. Okay, we will have demo at the end, and the information just click update. We are using this tool. Update. Yeah. Has it been started?
No, sir.
No. Can you just go back and you will find the something called board. Left hand side you'll have backlog. Below backlog you have got something called board. So this is the Scrum board. This is what you call Scrum board. This Scrum board will always show information currently in your project what is going on. What are the tasks supposed to be completed? What are the tasks in progress? What are the tasks is completed? So every team member, if we have assigned to these all team members, if they complete their task and they just say, yes, my task is completed, they will make the notification. Correspondingly, the task which was assigned will move from to do to in progress or in progress to done. But that is not shown at this point. Why? Because the sprint is not started. Correct, no? Yes or no?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
can you go back to the backlog? Select the sprint. Click the button start sprint. Click the button start. So you got a message. We have filtered board to show you new sprint. Good luck, team. And can you get inside this, the Scrum board is visible to you. And all your user stories has been listed under the to do 5. Yes, that means now sprint is started for 15 days. Now I wanted, these are the user stories I would like to delegate to 3 different developers or 4 developers. Now can you click on the button and you have option something called add user. You know, there is an option given here. No, not that. The user story. जो user story है ना, उस user story के नीचे वहां पे नहीं नीचे हाँ हर एक जगह पे होना का आइकन है पर्सन का आइकन है हाँ उसको क्लिक करो तो दिस टास्क हैज बीन असाइन नहीं अभी उसको असाइन करना है ना तो किसको असाइन करना पड़ेगा कैन यू गेट ऑल दोस नेम्स सो आई वांटेड टू असाइन दिस टास्क टू समथिंग कॉल्ड हेमंत कैन यू असाइन दिस टास्क टू हेमंत या कैन यू गो बैक एंड असाइन प्रीवियस टास्क टू सम अदर पर्सन anyone you can just choose Nishant can you also go back and choose another person so we are using collaboration tool and even though now people are sitting at the different places in different continent they're still connected with the help of the Jira tool task has been assigned. The sprint has been started. Very good. Now, if this sprint has been started, the product owner received the call from customer. Listen carefully. And customer said, "Arey Ravi, inside this actually I wanted from a marketing team. They wanted something like a information like a dashboard. So can we just do one thing? You just go back under this application and as a content owner or might be as a marketing lead, you wanted to have that content management system, something like that. So now
Yes.
your information, I'm just adding. Just wait. I'm just sharing. Can you see some chat has got some message added?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Copied that text, sir.
Yeah, copy that text again. Now, where do you put that text? You'll always go back to the backlog. Go back to the backlog and add in a backlog. Don't add in a sprint. You'll always keep adding under the backlog. Create issue. So don't think when your 15 days development is going on, you're actually also allowing your customers to allow to give some change management suggestion. But that is totally intact. Your developer teams are never involved in that area. But you just gone getting that information, gone feeling that thing. So there's a continuous process. The customer will be giving information and you are adding into the user stories, and the user stories has been planned and accordingly the sprint has been defined and the sprint has been scheduled, and only that activity you have to do it here. So my developer don't know complete software. Nowadays in IT industry, let me tell you, nobody knows complete software. Especially if I think about the cases like Accenture or HCL, these are so big companies, no? They actually have a project, and under that project, the person who is working that company using this particular agile method, no, he never know the complete software at all. But he only finds what is the task assigned to me, and he just complete that task. Now, can you just go back and try to find the Scrum board? Scrum board, click karo. What do you find? I think the task has been assigned to different team members, but whether those team members have said that task I have started. So can someone go back and find that particular URL, and whatever task has been assigned, you click on your task, click on the task. Anyone who would like to share the screen to whom the task has been assigned? Yes, Nishan? Yeah. So Nishan, where is your task? Can you just see your name somewhere?
Yes. Here.
Yeah, click on that user story. Can you see the three buttons available?
Here.
Can you have an option here, something called move to? Okay, can you just go back here? We don't get here. Can you double click? Can you just do one thing? Double click on this particular user story. So once you double click on that user story, you get a complete information that user story which has been shared with you. So that means my developer don't know anything about complete software, but he has got only this byte. Only this byte has been given to him, and he has been asked. Now this byte you have to complete for next 6 days. And for that thing, now you may require to create a front end. You may require to create it MVC REST API, or you may want to write some kind of like a services, all those things. So you just work on these independent tasks, and I would be able to see that my people will be able to do here. Can you find there's an option given called to do? See at the right hand side, the to do option given. What are the two options available here?
In progress and done.
Yeah, now you have been given a task. Now you want to accept this task. Can you click the option called in progress? So that means now you have started working on tasks. Now, can you see below what is the information given about that user story at the bottom? If you scroll below, yeah, इस side पे. तो शायद आपको नहीं लगता इस task के point of view आपको एक दूसरे के साथ में बातें करना है. So can you get this something called add comment? Right, no? Here, right here. I don't know what is to be done. Right down here. Right. I don't know what is to be done. Press save button. Press save button. So your task has been added, and whatever comments you added, this comment also will be here itself. So now Nishant Bansal has added comment 5 seconds ago or 7 seconds ago regarding this particular ingoing task. Correct, no? Yes. Can I ask someone to share the screen? Arif? Arif, can you just double click that? No, how what do you observe? I think we suddenly find, I think there are 3 tasks has been set to in progress mode, no? So that means now these 3 developers have started working on this area. Right? Double click on that first Nishant task. Keep scrolling below at the right hand side. Can you see the comment written by Nishant? Can you add your comment? Right? My dear friend, right? iEarth service interface. My dear friend, right? iEarth interface.
My dear friend.
Is right for him. You just help, want to help, no? कि उसने बोला कि मुझे पता नहीं क्या करने का, अभी आपने वो यूजर स्टोरी पता है, आपको एग्जैक्टली पता है क्या करना. So my dear friend Nishan, correct, no? My dear friend Nishan, okay, would you please write I product service interface. With product service class. So my dear friend Nishan, okay, would you please add or would you write the I product service interface and the product service class at the same time? Can you just say enter over there? And just write here inside a simple kind of statement, okay? Write a Pojo class for product.c sharp, product.java file. So don't think now, even if some of the task has been given to someone and if your team member is not actually understanding what is to be done, don't think people can see this particular Scrum board and they will be able to help each other. Save. That's it. But that task you don't want to complete. The task will be completed by Nishant only. And that is the kind of comments will go on going on. So that means we are using this kind of like a tool as a social networking tool. And are keeping collaborating with each other. We are giving importance for the team interactions. We are giving importance to the individuals. We are always focusing on working software. That software will not be completely created. Now, Nishan, do one thing. You don't share your screen, but just go back to the task and just select option for that task, something called done.
Okay, sir.
So might be if someone just goes back, what happened?
Yes, Nishant.
हाँ, तो जो टास्क कंप्लीट हुआ है उसको उन्होंने पे स्क्रैच किया क्या?
Yes, sir.
So that means out of sprint, how many tasks are completed? 2 tasks are completed. Other 2 developers are still going on, and the sprint is going to be continued for how many days? Might be for
7.
next 50, might be for 7 days. And by that time, is your product owner is still busy or having an interaction with the customer? So we are not telling our customer, sir, our developing is going on. Don't please go on giving your latest change in a software. Otherwise, our developer will be mad, and it is going to be very difficult. So you use agile methodology, and under that agile methodology, you start building software in a bits and pieces and bits and pieces and bits and pieces, and you organize these bits and pieces, and finally, within 7 days or 7 months of time, you have a complete software implemented with shopping cart, product catalog, order processing. And inside this area, you also find we have just kept here task. No, can you go to the backlog? You get the information under the sprint how many tasks are complete. I hope those people who are member for this site, they also get the same kind of UI. They also get the same kind of updation. So this is the tool what is we call as the collaboration tool. And in that collaboration tool, we can also do one thing. We can link our GitHub repository URL also. So under that particular Scrum, that particular user story, we will also keep the URL about GitHub part. Correct, no? And that is the way would have been taken place. Now, can you just do think this work is going on, but at the same time, it is a Scrum Master. Listen carefully. It is a Scrum Master is going to do all kind of work. Now, one day has been passed. Listen carefully. One day has been passed. Certain tasks completed. Now, the second day started. So, according to the Agile methodology, every day there is going to be 15 minutes stand-up meeting. देखो एक culture है. What is the culture? All team members early in the morning at the time of 9 o'clock, they will assemble together physically. They will stand together in a circle. They will check the review in a sprint. What are the tasks completed? What are the tasks pending? Are there issues that are going on? Something. And once that information has been properly shared, the concerns have been shared, these people will again go back to their desk and they will keep working independently. So we are not actually disturbing anyone's privacy. And again, tomorrow morning, we are again going to check the review. Now second year stand-up meeting. And under stand-up meeting, we always find. Now, what is next? So in 1 week, there are almost, if the week is of 5 days working day, 5 stand-up meetings will be conducted. Teams coming together, observing how much work is completed. They always check whether we are on the track by checking the scrum. तो नहीं लगा पूरा 360 डिग्री आपका एप्लीकेशन कैसे चल रहा है उसका पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन आ रहा है. अभी सारे टास्क कंप्लीट करो एक बार देखो तो क्या होता है. Those of you, or for timing since it's free, you can just click the option called done. It's a free that anyone can make it here. But if it's a trial, no, the person who has been assigned task, only that person will be able to change that task. But since it's a free and people want to understand this complete concept, that's why they have given admin access to each and every user at this moment for 1 month, so that people will be able to understand this particular backlog concept. People will be able to understand this particular sprint. People will be able to define this particular user stories, and people will be able to use this particular Scrum tool, Scrum framework for managing their ongoing project. So is it a coding tool or is it a collaboration tool? Yes.
Collaboration.
Collaboration.
And nowadays we really find that a lot of people are working from home for multinational companies. Yesterday only, one of my SEDAC Feb 20 student called me. She is working from Bangalore and she's working there as a QA and she's working for the US-based startup company. So they have office in Bangalore, but the complete team is actually geographically shifted and they're using this particular sprint tool. So they have 24 hours development going on. So the Philippines teams are doing some development that time, Indians are sleeping. When Indians are sleeping, I think that time we find Europeans are working. And when Europeans sleep, we find it is your US developers, US team member wake up and just go back and check this particular sprint and just complete the task whatever they are saying. So that means what they find continuously for 24 hours. Okay, globally, your team has been spread all over the world and they are just working together. So there is no such kind of thing now we have got only 8 hours. Yes, there is 8 hour job for us, but actually for a company, it is a continuous development is going on. And your product owner, your Scrum Master is always for there. So I said Scrum Master. Then what is the job of Scrum Master? Scrum Master will always check whether things are going perfectly. Is there anyone who is facing a problem? Is any particular people are not following the rules? Are they losing some particular mandate? I think that is the kind of non-technical, but the operational work would have been done by that particular Scrum Master. And the developer teams are responsible for whatever task assigned. Accordingly, they will use C#, whatever the documentation has been shared, accordingly to complete that user story. They really want to go back and implement this thing. अभी आपको नहीं लग रहा है user stories मैंने यहाँ पे देखा तो एक लाइन में कैसे पता चलेगा ना, है कि नहीं? Yes. एक लाइन में कैसे पता चलेगा?
नहीं पता चलेगा सर.
नहीं पता चलेगा वो. You have to elaborate this information much more right way. Correct, no? So can I share this thing? अभी तो मैंने छोटा सा user story का नाम बता दिया. But the product owner is responsible for giving more information about that user story. हर एक यूजर स्टोरी के बारे में ज्यादा अच्छी तरह से इंफॉर्मेशन इस प्रोडक्ट ओनर को देना पड़ेगा. कैन आई शेयर माय स्क्रीन हियर? Can you get, if there is a user story called as a website, there is a user story called as a website user, I want to able to search on web page so that I can find necessary information. If that is your own English sentence, this one English sentence will be further elaborated by using a kind of part. What is that word written here? What is the acceptance criteria for the user story? So if this user story, your team is supposed to work. So what is that? Given that I am in the role of registered or guest user. So that means you are trying to tell this is the user story if you want to implement. I think this particular code is only going to be accessed by the person who is registered user or guest user. That means now she has to take care of using JW token authentication. And using that JW token authentication, he has to take the claim and accordingly has to go further implementing the code. Second thing, when I open on the product page, so you are really trying to write the scenario. Step by step practice. When I open the product page, then see the word when, then, and when, and then, and. So what we are trying to do, whatever user stories you captured, you are trying to make a documentation only for that user story. So you don't have to think about complete picture. Just elaborate about that thing itself. And whatever text is available, can you put that particular text into that particular description part? So if I could really go back, अलग अलग चीजें मैंने यहाँ पे डिफाइन करके रखा है कि as a website I want to submit the feedback. Otherwise, if I really go back, I am a sign user. I want to be able to comment on a blog, or might be as a credit holder, or might be as a teacher. I want to generate assessment report. I am looking for some particular thing here. Okay, e-commerce I think मेरे अपने खुद के website के अंदर लिखा है. So here I would just copy this content. If that is my user story, I will share this acceptance criteria. And this acceptance criteria will be additional information you are attaching under the description part of that user story. I'm copying. I'm sharing this content to Arif. Arif, can you get the content? Now, you have any particular user story in a backlog? Just open any particular user story, double click on it. Any user story, for example, double click. Yeah. Can you see below? Yeah. If you double click on that area, you will have information here, something called actions and everything and thing. And there's an option called here, something called comment. No. Yeah. And you find there's an option called, yeah, click on that area, add comment, paste inside that whole content which you just copied and say save. So what is happening now? I think for every user story, there are going to be acceptance criteria would have been defined so that this information will be helpful for the developer to define what is the logic they want to implement, what are the classes they want to create, what is the business logic they want to set. So they don't have to worry about any other further stuff. उनको पूरा e-commerce पता ही नहीं है, उनको सिर्फ यही चीज implement करनी है next 4 दिन के लिए और उसी का काम पे लगे हैं. So that means if you are working for a very mega project, you will never know what is the complete view of the complete project, but your manager, your product owner, your Scrum master have already organized this whole information properly in this particular portal. And they said, you please go back to the Jira. You will see there is a notification available. Now in a stand-up meeting, I already assigned the task. So would you please complete the task? So nowadays we find there are very less communications happening, but most of the communication happening through now this portal because this information is documented. So if someone says, I haven't assigned the task, I think this particular tool will just tell, because of you, I think our sprint is getting delayed. Because of you, our Scrum board time limit is not happening over there. And that is the way the information is going on. तो आप मुझे बताइए यहाँ पे challenge कहाँ पर है? Challenge यहाँ पर है कि how to write that user story, correct no?
Yes, sir.
And how to write that particular acceptance criteria. So who will be the right person to write that acceptance criteria and that particular user story? I think the person who is a product manager, sorry, product owner. In this particular waterfall model, we have product manager. Here we have got a product owner, and the product owner is always using proper documentation skill and making this simplified lines code and sharing this information. So again, if you just go back and online, no, you'll again find there are some kind of formulas given to you. So using this formula, no, you would be able to write your user story. Can you stop sharing your screen? Can I show a formula? अगर आपको अजाइल मेथोडोलॉजी के अंदर कोई यूजर स्टोरी डिफाइन करनी है तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? आपको एक फॉर्मेट यूज करना पड़ेगा. As a, here you will put the persona. I want to, what is your need? So that, what is your purpose? Are you getting, no? So any requirements you are listening from the customer, why don't you listen very passionately about the customer, what you say, and you come across and accordingly define. As a customer, I want to log in so that I can check order history. Are you getting? As a salesperson, I want to, okay, take dashboard so that I'll get 360-degree of my customer. As a shipping coordinator, I want to see list of the shipments to be done so that I will be able to pick up those shipments from given address. So what is happening in this whole area? I think it really become like a formula oriented. You know, I think we always love mathematics because in mathematics they have given like a simple interest calculation formula, compounding interest formula. You just read the problem and you just put that values into the formula and you really get the result. So don't think writing SRS document, it really requires a lot of talented experience and everything. But if you work with this, you try to see such kind of example. See every example you get here. Just take your time. Just within few minutes, I'll make this repository public for all of you so that you'll have perfect material for ASDM to learn. So I think writing such simple English sentence okay rather than writing a complete essay. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it's very difficult to capture all the requirements, but it's very simple to define this kind of stories. So what is this particular person? Who is the particular character? What is their need? What your software should do? And why your software should do that work? What is the outcome of it? This gives a very good kind of information under the user story description part, so that this much of information will be sufficient just to work on that small area. When you join any IT company, you will find such kind of thing. No one is allowed to change these user stories once they are approved. You have to just follow those user stories. You have to read the documentations. You have to complete your task. If you're facing kind of problem, you can take the help of your team members and work on that area. But you're not supposed to change this thing itself. So there is a proper ownership is given. Product owner is responsible for defining this particular, what is that? Product backlog. Then there's a sprint planning meeting will be taken place. If you just look around the diagram. आ गया वो diagram. यहाँ पे क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? Product backlog is created. The product backlog has been continuously taken. The meeting has been organized. The sprint planning meeting has been taken care. Under the sprint planning meeting now, according to the interaction with the owner, they are now choosing what are the user stories we have to take it for next sprint. You define your sprint. You schedule the sprint. And this particular sprint will become like a sprint backlog. That is what you see sprint 0, sprint 1, sprint 2. And now your development team will start working. Each sprint should bring the product closer to the overall product goal. So think about if you really want to work on your SIDAC project also. So don't think that I have to really work on that particular complete project. Why don't you start taking small part? Okay. I am not extraordinary person, let me tell you. I scored in my 10th standard something called 75% mark. Okay. In 12th standard, I scored in English hardly 45 marks. Okay. And my PCM score was hardly something called, I think it was hardly 70%. So that means I was not such a talented person. But if I understand this particular terminology, even I can start contributing in that particular team, no? Because I have to just work on that individual task. I don't have complete ecosystem of the system. My team who will do what and what I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to do. And if I'm facing some problem, who will help me? I think this sprint tool will help you. And then you'll use on your machine Visual Studio, or on your machine you'll use Eclipse, or on your machine you'll use your VS Code. And that is the way the work is carried out. And then all kind of source code you'll put in a source control system, might be GitHub or might be some other particular source control manager tool. And that is the way complete developers code is kept at the centralized place. And people will use git commit, git push, git pull, git add, like a command using console, and they will automate this complete source control management part. And your tech lead will not call each and every person. He will just go on checking your GitHub repositories. So people who are always come across, they always say, what is this? Sorry, this is the repository. I have it here. Ravi Tambre. Ravi Tambre's repository is going on right now. My number of people are working here. तो ये मेरा repository है जहाँ पे common service पे काम चल रहा है. What do you observe? When my session is going on, can you find Ajinkya Tambre has updated something in a 20 minutes ago? There are almost 654 commits has been done up to now. Yeah. And when Ravi Tambre is busy as a team lead with some other particular activities and all those things, my development team and my these all people are interns, they're just continuous doing the whole of. You really find somewhere 2 hours ago, Bhupendra was doing some kind of commits. Ajinkya has done some kind of commits. Correct, no? Bhupendra has done some kind of commits. Ajinkya has done some kind of. I have just now Ritesh from Jalandhar, he is making certain comments. I could see Nayan from Nasik, he is making certain comments. And we all are working together. Okay. So Shubhangi is again taking the review of here. And we really find I'm just keeping track what is going on. And I always try to see my project, what is really going on. So whenever I just want to see whether things are really going perfectly, so my Jira tool I'm using for collaboration purpose. But all the source code is being pushed at the centralized place. And these all people are now contributing. And my GitHub is trying to tell me now, because of the sprint execution, your product is taking shape. So might be the situation if you really go for something here called like a commits. अगर आप ये commits देखोगे तो शायद आपको नहीं लगता है बहुत सारे commits. तो जब ये शायद 7 months before इसमें commit किया होगा तो उसमें कितना content होगा. So my project is ongoing project. My project is not, it has a start and it has an end. Because I know this project is continuously evolved. My customer is always saying, no, we wanted this feature. And I have signed the agreement with my customer. Okay, we will always keep giving support for your project. And your project is running on a production. And every 15 days, we will give new release to you. And that new release, whatever we really see, it is nothing but what? Have you seen the picture here? What is the word written here?
Increment.
Increment. Or sometimes the word is called MVP. Minimal viable product. Minimal viable product is nothing but only that working software which has been implemented within 15 days by your team. And now you are allowing your customers to have a demo here. And now you are allowing your customers to come here and they will see the demo. Customers will see that increment demo after 15 days. And based on that, customer will share the feedback. Based on that, we will have a sprint review. So what are the suggestions given by the customer? So we should always think about that area. And if there are new suggestions there, I think we have to identify new user stories, and those user stories we have to again put it under the product backlog. तो इस प्रकार से हमारा 15 दिन का स्प्रिंट खत्म हो गया, और हो सकता है बाबा क्यू नेशन के अंदर हमारी पार्टी हो जाती है। 2 दिन सारे रिलैक्स, मंडे के टाइम पे फिर से नेक्स्ट स्प्रिंट स्टार्टेड, फिर से टास्क असाइन, next 15 days, next 7 days work, and exactly 5th day there's a demo to the customer, and you really give incremental software to the customer, and you are just keeping the trust of the customer, and gradually your product is getting increased with functionality. So there's a freedom for a developer, and there's a trust between the customer been built very well, and there's strong rapport happening, so no one money is getting wasted, no one's resources are getting wasted. That is why in companies, this particular Scrum framework has been used. So somewhere our CDAC run, whenever they are going to get ready for the industry, so we also wanted to see, let these people will know these terminologies, because once they go back in a company, they will use Jira tool, they will use the Scrum framework, or sometimes they will use Kanban tool. I haven't used Kanban tool. I always use this Scrum tool, correct? No? And we learn about the Scrum tool. So you'll have all the theoretical part about the Scrum, which has been mentioned here. Correct, no? So what is sprint planning? Correct, no? Sprint planning. Who will plan the meeting? The entire Scrum team. Time box. Maximum of 8 hours for month-long sprint. Shortened time box for the shorter sprint. Daily Scrum. Maximum time 15 minutes. Who? Developers. But if the product owner or Scrum master are actively working on other items, correct, no? In the sprint backlog, they participate as a developer. Sprint review. Who will be the part of that particular sprint review? ये पूरा एक एक अलग अलग मीटिंग है, और अलग अलग मीटिंग के लिए लोग अलग अलग मीटिंग के लिए नॉमिनेट होते हैं. And entire Scrum teams. Stakeholders. What is the meaning of stakeholders? Stakeholders are invited to provide the feedback on the increment. So whatever this new product is created, this new product has been created, you publish this new product on some particular server. Let the customer will have a demo. And now customer, who is nothing but the real person, Myntra.com, Myntra company's CEO, or might be the business people, business executives, their knowledge workers, they will give suggestions. How much that time should be there for that meeting also, have you observed?
Four hours max in a month.
तो आपको नहीं लग रहा है कि according to the agile we are really making this time bound activities, and because of the time bound activities, if you get yourself properly, you really become disciplined. So slowly you also get in a part of that particular molded environment, and within 6 months you really become a professional agile developer, and you would work on a project, and you will say, currently I have experience of 7 sprints. That means the project is same, but actually I was participating inside this from 7 sprint. That means I have work on first sprint, then actually also I got some suggestions, and I work on second sprint, and that is the way my product was getting evolved. And whatever task was given, that task was I was refining, or otherwise I got a new task, I got a new user story, I work on that area, and your knowledge, your experience is growing. And like that way you work with that company for next 2 years, and you really see a complete product in front of you, you understand your customers very well, and you get promoted. Or if you find the company is not deserving your talent with this Scrum knowledge, with this Java knowledge, .NET knowledge, full stack knowledge, and this particular methodology, this particular agile methodology, I think we have very better opportunities. In startup companies, I think this doesn't happen, because in startup companies, even requirement gathering also not been properly done. Still, few startup companies I observe, they still follow waterfall model, and because of that, for next 6 months they work, and after 6 months they are not able to control the product development, and suddenly the customer get sad, and the agreement is totally cancelled, and the contract is given for another startup company. And then you close your startup company, and once you close the startup company, those people who are working without using this agile or all those things, they are again jobless. Now they were only doing small work, but they did not learn this discipline, so that's why they are not able to apply for this particular mid-range companies. Have you understood? Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is what exactly we wanted to explain about Jira. We wanted to learn about what is exactly product backlog, what is exactly sprint backlog, what is exactly user story, how to write a user story, what is sprint planning, what is retrospective meeting, what is stand-up meeting, what is Scrum team, everything. Now I am allowing you try on your machine now and see can you have a habit. Now during a CC exam, I think these words are going to be asked to you. There might be some particular MCQ based question will be there. Okay, this is what exactly we have to implement and we have to organize this application in multiple incrementals. So if you wanted to develop your software in multiple increments, correct? No? So what is the terminology we should use it for this? So module, sprint, user story. So during that, if it is incremental, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Sprint ही होता है ना? मॉड्यूल अप्रोच किसका होता है? मॉड्यूल अप्रोच तो वाटरफॉल मॉडल का होता है. यहाँ पे मॉड्यूल नाम का कंसेप्ट है ही नहीं. You don't talk about models, you just talk about these are the user stories and you just keep completing. तो बड़े-बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स को आज ऐसे छोटे-छोटे टीटी जैसे हमारे जैसे लोगों को करने के लिए दिया है और all these small ants like we are working together, correct no? तो आपको पता है ना वो मुंबई दूरदर्शन का एक बहुत अच्छा सॉन्ग था. एक चिड़िया अनेक चिड़िया दाना चुगने आई चिड़िया और फिर एक इसमें तो जाल लगा के रखा था and they all caught in that particular net and they were totally now paired. तो क्या हुआ उसमें? They all work together and they flight together and what happened they flight along with that particular net. कितना बड़ा net उन्होंने उठा के लेके गए. So I think this is collaboration where everyone is putting their own efforts. Everybody will be having some skill and each and every skills we are appreciating and we are working together. तो यही है वो पिक्चर जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा है. यही है that all information. See now, responding to the change. Every next sprint we are getting the feedback and we are responding to the change. We are not following plan, analysis, design, development, testing. No plan. We will just go with the 14 days work or 7 days work. Customer collaboration. Every after 7 days is a customer interaction. You know, most of you also say that अरे आज मेरा customer के साथ में review है. तो आजकल क्या हो रहा है? Customer is also investing money for this particular software, and if the software is not released early, I think they will have business impact. The profit margin will be low. So they are also having a very serious thinking about this software getting properly created by you people. They don't know technical things, but they wanted to keep in touch with you and things are asking. सब कुछ बराबर जा रहा है. Everything is okay. I hope you are developing perfectly. I don't know technical things, but whatever requirements are given, are you looking? But actually, I got some suggestions. You always deliver increment. Okay, no? That's it. While there is a value in the items on the right, we value items on the left more. हम ज्यादा किसको ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देंगे? Agile methodology gives the importance on these words. And waterfall model किसको इंपॉर्टेंस देता है? इससे. So before 2000, projects were developed using waterfall model. But as the product become internet-based product, and there was a huge customer interest, there was a huge demand from different customers with new features added to the website. And to keep yourself into the business, and you want to keep yourself always stay ahead in that particular area, you have to incorporate those change within application. So you have to keep continuously sync with your developer company. That's it. Good. Now I wanted you please try on your machine. I'll just keep quiet. If anyone has a problem, I'll help you. Done? Great. And even if you don't use this particular website for next few days or something, no, automatically your account will be deactivated. No any particular amount, nothing is going to happen on there. आज जैसे हमने जीरा यूज किया है, हमें कल हमारे एप्लीकेशन के अंदर हमें AWS यूज करना है, Amazon वेब सर्विसेज, ताकि जो तैयार किया एप्लीकेशन मुझे डिप्लॉय करना है Amazon पे. How do I really go for now deployment? Correct, no? So during that time, I will show demo how to deploy a simple any particular application. It could be .NET or it could be Java, anything. Correct, no? And we will see how that will be deployed in AWS part. So how we can learn that production related issues. तो आजकल इस इंडस्ट्री के अंदर we are really demanding, if you are a developer, you are supposed to be full stack developer. So that means you should have some kind of DevOps knowledge. You should have this particular agile knowledge. You should have this particular object oriented knowledge. You should have this particular RDBMS knowledge. And you should also understand how requirement gathering can be carried out. So have you observed? It is not just the coding, which is the part of IT industry. Coding is just 25%. Remaining 75% huge things. So people keep their career going on as a developer for at least next 5 to 6 years. And after 5 to 6 years, some of them get promoted as a sprint, as a scrum team, as a scrum master, or product owner, or might be someone become a specialist into the QA. Someone really become like an architect. Someone really find they are very good at in front end. Someone they find I'm very good at in core logic implementations. I know how to write Java. I also understand business requirement. I know how to convert the business requirement using core Java or might be core C# using properly optimized C# lines of code. So at least for few years, you would be working like this, and after few years, you will choose your vertical and you go further. So this SIDA course gives a complete glimpse. What is the kind of industry is waiting for you? And very interesting. And people are there very cooperative. If you join any company, they are very cooperative. Because if they don't cooperate with I think their boss will ask the work to be done by them. And during that time, they have to complete their task and they have to do the task of junior also. And if you do not give proper education to the junior, I think during that time you have to do a lot of work. So it is a delegation, has to be carried out. So in IT companies, there's a very good kind of relation has been maintained between the members. And that is what you call a team. Individual and interactions. Okay. Now I will not speak. Any question you like to ask me? I think आप बोलेंगे सर पहले हम थोड़ा डेमो तो कर लेते, थोड़ा सा देखते, फिर बाद में हमारे दिमाग के अंदर कुछ क्वेश्चंस आएंगे. We will have some questions, then we will ask. Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Chalo, try. I'm here only. Just keeping my camera on, subtly getting my eyes blinking. So let's stop my screen as well. I will make this repository public for you just now. There are a lot of contents I kept for SDM point of view. Some of the points may not be part of your syllabus, but I think in future you will require SDM. Software Development Methodology. SDM. You know how to make your repository as a public, a private to public? अगर आपने कोई repository बना के रखी है, अगर by default if it has been kept as a SDM private, you go back to the settings of that repository. Find here there's one option available, something called danger zone. And can you have option here? Change the repository visibility to someone. Change to public. I want to change. Make this repository public.
Only thing I had to log in with my password. Okay. Continue. Now, this is the repository URL. I'm just copying and sharing in a chat window. Do let me know, is this now your SDM repository, which is now available to everyone, and you can see a lot of contents, a lot of material.
Yes, sir.
Correct, no? And you find these all topics has been properly organized, no? Here
Yes, sir.
in a proper sequence. So I know my students, I don't want my students will unnecessarily waste your time for going here and there and they just get lost in that information ocean. So they will have some guided content organized. So I just reorganize. That doesn't mean that I have written everything. I took the help of some particular articles. I took the help of some particular good content, official content, and just organized. I copied some images. Okay, I don't claim these are my own public content. So in this word, your content is supposed to be public, but your knowledge should be unique. Your experience is counted, not your knowledge. Please remember very well. If industry is demanding something from you, we are demanding from you, do you have experience? Do you have that skill? We don't want to ask theoretical questions. We wanted to see, can you implement like this? Can you try this? Good topic. Don't think in our colleges, while learning this IT, B computers, then bachelor in IT, bachelor in computers, then what's it now? B bachelor in what is the artificial intelligence, bachelor in so many kind of new divisions has been introduced in colleges to provide degrees. So our colleges are just introducing new more disciplines for graduation. But unfortunately, the situation is here. We are not having good talented. We are not having a good trainers. We are not having good faculties. Our all faculties which are still conducting the sessions of 10 years before syllabus of this Pressman book of software engineering. And continuously the theory has been told to you and you just write the theory and sometimes you go back to the Xerox वाला machine और Xerox वाला machine को ज्यादा software engineering पता होता है. आप बोलते हो कि एसआरएस डॉक्यूमेंट का सॉफ्टवेयर एसआरएस डॉक्यूमेंट का नोट्स है क्या? वो बोलता है ओके पेज नंबर 45 से लेके पेज नंबर 60 का आपको मैं कॉपी करके देता हूँ. And you really get that material. I think that is the kind of way if our education system will keep the quality of the education, definitely the unemployment will be increased. So many colleges in Pune, we have almost more than 100 colleges in engineering. So many people are getting passed out. But actually, I've seen there are so many engineers after completing their B, they are not having confidence. I'm not criticizing students. I'm criticizing the whole education systems. We wanted such kind of demo oriented interactive sessions so that at the time of third year, they will know everything and they will work according to this scrum for their final year project. Or they will really work in a company as an internship and under that they learn this scrum. Correct, no? And now this company itself will induct in that company for you. I think that is the culture we should always have it here. Hope we always see positive things, but no worries. We are in SEDAC, so definitely SEDAC is trying to make this particular value bridging part. Thank you. One curious question I want to ask: which is the full stack you are very much comfortable, so that you can choose for implementing a project?
Come
It
again,
could be
sir?
Java. It could be which is the full stack you will choose for doing a project? Java full stack, or you're using Node.js, or you're going for .NET to implement a project? If I ask you a question, how many of you would like to give a rating for .NET and Java and
Java.
Node.js?
Sir, Java.
Right, Java. But you know one thing, there are so many companies who are coming in campus for a .NET point of view, and our students are not having a good knowledge of .NET. Because of that, those companies are just going empty-handed. Actually, that is what exactly we are observing in Pune. I don't know what is the state in
So,
Mumbai.
so
Yeah.
in Mumbai, we do ask students to create final project on both the technologies,
Very good. That is what
.NET, .NET as well as Java.
because ultimately you really find out that is the web API using Spring Boot API, and that is the web API using like a web API for ASP.NET.
Correct.
Correct, no? Table
Yeah,
remains same, database remains same. The front end React. I think you have chosen your front end as a React, no?
React. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So if your
sir.
front end is React, the React, once you create your single page application using React, once you have got perfect database ready, now you just work in which language you are comfortable first. तो मैं तो बोलूंगा, if you find you are very good at in Java, no, first complete that Java web API first. जल्दी हो जाएगा. And एक बार that has happened, then you try to convert that project into ASP.NET. Correct, no? So I think you'll have both things completed. And .NET also has a very good kind of opportunities. So try to see you will not lose certain good calls. If how many calls you have it for placement?
20.
20. Yes, 20. So out of 20, if there are certain 8 companies are going to come for the .NET, then definitely that number will be deducted, no? Agree? So try to do that project in both styles. While implementing this project into .NET or Java or something, once your CC exam gets over, you can always talk to me. You can always WhatsApp me. You can always come and we will use Zoom and we'll discuss. For me, it is not so difficult because you know it's a complete pattern. आपका product table जाएगा, वहाँ पे customer table आएगा. Service repository table. One-to-many relations, many-to-many relations. Your domain will slightly change. Correct, no? But the skeleton remains same, no? Okay. So please keep following as your faculties are telling you. Keep project in both parts so that you'll have both advantages. I think we'll be able to stop today. By half an hour, I will upload certain extra content in our day 2 folder about this today's topic, whatever I covered. I think you already have a technical material in that GitHub repository. But let me just see what kind of possible MCQs you can have it for the topic. And what your topics I covered, can I just share? So that you will have focused learning and you will focus on the next part. तो आप फिर से unnecessary waste करते रहे कि यहाँ भी अलग 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 what is that MCQs. Okay, so tomorrow we will go for
AWS.
microservices and AWS cloud computing. So very interesting topics are there for next 2 days. You will be so happy to see, you really get a feeling that we are doing something good apart from development. It's a DevOps work. So get ready, make yourself fresh. Come tomorrow, I will also explain how to create your AWS free tier account. You just require your UPI. No, 2 rupees will be deducted and you will you'll have free account. And after that time gets over, that account will be automatically deducted. No money will be deducted from your account. But I wanted everyone create AWS account. I will
Correct.
guide you how to create that AWS account. Some of you may have AWS account.
Yes, sir.
So we'll use that account. But some of you don't have, you please create your account. I hope you have modeling exam for this SDM.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what kind of modeling exam will be there for this SDM? Theoretical or practical?
So both MCQ plus lab.
So can I have some particular thing, build small website using some given ready-made source code, deploy it to the GitHub using Git commands, and then deploy it to the AWS, then try to make that particular website publish and try to access from anywhere in the world. Then can that website will be converted in the form of like a containerized application? Can we have this kind of like a practical oriented model exam test, which I will conduct in a very nicely, so that you will do that revision number of times and you will have a complete practical exposure, because theory is always there, but practically once you understand something now, it never forget. Correct, no? तो थोड़ा सा ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन भी रखते हैं एंड थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड, ये डॉकर वाला कुछ तो हम प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड मॉडर्न एग्जाम रखते हैं, चलेगा?
Yes.
And how it will be, that I will guide you. Only thing you require your own AWS account. Tomorrow will help for that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
And student, if you don't know how to create AWS, please wait for sir's instructions.
Yes, very good, fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you, Vipul. Very good. So can we stop today? How was the session today? Interesting.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
don't
sir.
think
Yes,
every day we are having incremental new interests, new learning, and we are really building our pyramid, and we are achieving that height. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
yes,
Great.
सर
Chalo.
आई हैव वन क्वेश्चन.
Yes.
सर जो लास्ट की मीटिंग होती है, डेमो मीटिंग जो कस्टमर के साथ होती है, उसमें सब टीम अटेंड करती है वो मीटिंग, क्या कोई सा
Yes.
डेवलपर?
Yes. Complete team would be there inside. Okay. Because that time I think whatever customer is saying, that is going to be understood by the product owner, but he may not be technical person.
And if that feature he is suggesting, so at least developer should know what is the kind of feature he is suggesting and in which code he has done that part. Or might be that particular code is created and someone has written the test for that. तो टेस्ट मुझे चेंज करना पड़ेगा, रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज होता है तो यूनिट टेस्ट भी चेंज करना पड़ेगा टेस्टर को, डेवलपर उसका कोड बेस भी चेंज करना पड़ेगा. अगर ये लोगों को, इफ दिस पीपल आर नॉट इन्वॉल्व अंडर दैट पर्टिकुलर retrospective meeting, how we could figure out what are the new user stories we have to audit again product catalog? Because product owner is not technical person, scrum master is just like a manager, so you wanted all people should be part of this thing along with the customer, no?
Yes, sir.
इसलिए तो मैंने बोला ना कि after having this meeting, company customer throws a party and they go to the barbecue nation and they celebrate. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
चलो,
Sir,
good. हाँ,
my Jira account is still not working.
I would suggest
I'm
that.
I'm trying with different Gmail ID, but it is still showing me access denied.
I would suggest try to create another account. First, go to the browser and try to delete all the history
Okay, sir.
and then try.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Samad, I will suggest you to just format your laptop.
Oh. No, I don't think that will be required. Your internet
Might
temperature
changing the browser, it might help.
might be changing the browser. That is one story. Or going to that particular internet temporary files folder and deleting all those things.
Okay, sir.
Correct, no?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you so much, sir.
before leaving, I just wanted to know you are getting connected from which places. Can I just know my students are getting connected from which native places? I'm very interested to know. Can you write on chat?
Aurangabad,
From
Maharashtra.
Nasik.
Sir,
Okay.
I am from UP Muzaffarnagar.
Oh, you're from Muzaffarnagar. That's great.
Yes, sir.
Very happy to see. Good. Pune, Ahmednagar, Indore. We have a lot of
Aurangabad,
people.
Maharashtra, sir.
Nagpur, good. Arif, you're from which place?
Aurangabad, Maharashtra.
Aurangabad. Okay. Roorkee, Uttarakhand, Goa, Mumbai, Amravati, Jalgaon, Palghar. Good. I think the complete India is coming here. Satara, Amravati. How do you feel this online session going on? Are you comfortable with the online sessions? You are enjoying? Or you are taking your time and taking advantage of online sessions by keeping your screen off and keeping your mute? I think that is not happening. Correct, no? Because